What is up, people of YouTube? I'm your host, Vernon. This is Selkirk. Let's fish that. Alright, ladies and gents, there is a certain point during fall heading into winter where I start packing away my carp and catfish setups. Now, there is no clear indication of when exactly that happens when I swap over to my trout setups and ice fishing gear. The only way you can figure out when exactly to do that is by going out there and doing some fishing. You throw baits out into the water, you're not getting any bites. That's a clear indication that waters are cooling down. Yes, the air temperatures are cold, but the waters are still warm, so some fish might still be feeding. Now, it's for that exact reason I made my way out here to Selkirk today. I want to fish in the Red River. I want to see if the fish are still biting on some baits. I'm going to get some bait soaking in the water, and that will give me an indication of whether the fish are still active. Now, the first time I did some fishing out here, I actually caught a few small fish and chased around some carp. Had a good time out there. The people that saw that video actually said that's a pretty bad day of fishing out there. Here at Selkirk, you can get some big catfish, some big drum, or even some sturgeon. Now, I don't know about getting all of those fish, especially with the cold weather, but the thing is, here at Selkirk, those big fish are in this area because this is particularly deep water for the Red River, so that might just be why the fish are here. It's deeper water, so as it gets colder, they go into the deeper water, so they might actually be around. That's why I want to give it a try out there. So let's get to the actual fishing. Right, so the last time I was out here, I was on that side where you can see all of the people way over there with all of the cars. That's a great place where you can drive right down to the wall, whereas this section that I'm at here, you cannot drive to the wall, it's closed off. But I don't have a problem with hiking a little bit to get to a fishing spot, especially if that means I have the little fishing spot to myself. Now, I am closer to the bridge, thinking that some fish will be hiding behind the bridge and stuff, but we want to get our baits out into the deep water, and this is actually rather deep everywhere, especially close to the wall, so anywhere in this area might be a good place, but I'm just going to get the baits out there. And I'm simply using my ugly stick catfish rod, and I have some 20-pound braid on here with a little pickerel rig that gives me 2 hooks. One of them we're just going to put some night crawlers, and on the top one some bait fish. We get that out there, have it soak in the water, wait for fish to find it. Alright, and that's my baits out into the water. And if we do manage to catch anything out there, I do have my drop down net with me. Just because we're fishing a bit of a wall, it's a long way down there. If we need to get any fish up there, this net is going to be vital for that. That's another thing you need to remember when trying to fish off the wall. You need a way to get fish up here. If you don't have any net like this, and you don't have a long arm on your net to reach the water, I would rather suggest not fishing off of the wall. Right across the way there is a few little parking spots. You can actually fish from that side as well. That gives you access to the water, not off of the little wall. Alright, but that's our part now done. Now we just wait for the fish to find our little baits out there. So I'm going to be sitting around waiting the entire day, spending a lot of time out there to see if we can get any fish. My line just went completely slack. And there we go, we have something on. It's taken quite a while to get anything. We'll be fine to have something. Doesn't feel that big. Don't know whether we need the net to bring it in. Nice little sucker fish. This actually looks to be a white sucker. I think he's too big to flip, so we'll definitely need to use our net to get him out. There we go, we got our fish in the net. Looks to be a lovely little sucker fish. Before we bring him up here, just want to get the mat ready. Now to bring the fish up here, we want to open the bail. We want to let some line out. I'm going to use the net just to wet our little mat here. I've been doing rather well with suckerfish the last while, but this is a nice size white sucker. So the little suckerfish, that is 19 inches. That is 49 centimeters. So once again, this might be a little master angler. You can see the short little fin there. That's how I know this is a white sucker and not a red horse. Nice, good little sucker. Nice white sucker. Nice fish. Let's get him back down there. So we don't want to drop this fish from this height. So we want to lower him down with the net again. Just want him to swim around a bit, get oxygenated. Lovely little fish. Don't know if you guys can still see him. He's trying to swim down. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to let the net drop down. That way, hopefully, he swims to the side. There he goes. Oh, he swam back into the net. Just going to let it drop all the way down to the ground. And there we go, no longer in the net. So I'm dropping the net all the way to the ground because the fish is swimming down into the net. So as soon as you go down onto the bottom, you can swim to the side and get out. But alright, lovely little sucker fish. But I'm still going to rebait, get it back out there. Alright, line's going slack again. So weird how the fish aren't swimming away. Don't think we have anything on there. Does not feel like it. Oh, no, we do. Fish aren't fighting. I think because we're in the deep water, they have nowhere else to go. So they don't fight. There we go. This one we're not going to use the net with. This is a little sauger. Got a nice hook in the top of the mouth there. Tiny little sauger. This guy should be okay with the fall. He's not that big. Gonna drop him head first though. And off he goes. Just want to keep an eye out. We don't want him to go belly up or something. Not seeing him, so I think he swam off. So we're all good. If you do drop a fish like that and you see him going sideways, it's best to get your net and get that fish back. I'm not seeing him, so we're all good. So we are getting some bites, but it's very slow, very once in a while you get a bite. So I'm just going to rebait, get the baits back out.
Find anything interesting in that water today?
Yeah.
He got a 29-inch picture yesterday.
Alright, ladies and gents, what have I learned out there today? Well, I've learned that the fish are still around. Not only can I see them jumping out there, we did catch a few fish out there. Now, I caught a couple of sauger that I'm not going to put in this video, that I didn't get a bunch of small little saugers. But we did also get a nice sucker fish out there. Always happy with getting a master angler. And if you add to that, that down this little wall, someone caught a 32-inch channel catfish. And the guy across from the river, he actually caught a sturgeon. He said he got that on a little bait fish. And I'm happy he got it, because I could hear him across from the river saying that finally, after years of trying, so clearly the fish are still around. The only thing is, it's not like in summer where it's constant action and you get quite a lot of bites. A lot of hours spent waiting, soaking the baits to get some fish. And that is the big thing with the cooler temperatures. The fishing takes a lot longer. You cannot just swing by for an hour or so. You need a lot of time waiting for the fish to find the baits, find that one fish that's willing to feed. The point I want to make is you can still find fish out there using the baits. It's not cool enough yet. You still have some time to throw out some baits and try for the summer type fish. Right, but I had a good time out here, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to ask any questions down below in the comments, or just basically say hi to me down there. I always love hearing from you guys. Alright, but I want to thank you for following along on this one. Like always, I'll see you next time. Alright, so if you're stuck around, got another little walleye. Not another one, my first walleye for today. Lovely green back on this walleye, spot on the tail, spot there on the fin. Just before the sun goes down, we get a lovely little walleye.